that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First play, Mills looking to pass. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. This defense for the Bears, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season. And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver? Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Mills. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a premium for all of that now. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. That's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss. 3rd and short yardage, Mills. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Bears take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain. And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone. From the 29, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter. I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win.
And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pierce now up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. To throw, Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Pierce. Is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now a first down throw, Fields. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. The Bears are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing again is Fields. Completes a Mooney on the slant. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember,
and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score Texans 21, Bears nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
60 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Fields now to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They'll get 34 yards there.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On second down, Montgomery. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. Montgomery is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mills. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
On first down, Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So a turnover there on the kickoff, and don't look now. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Excellent defensive play by Dominic Robinson, beating the line and dropping him for a loss.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing it for a loss.
Now this throw caught left side, and they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Mills. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
It's rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's in person or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The slot man in motion right. On 1st down, it's Fields. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards. Back to throw, Fields. This is caught. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now it's Fields. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Herbert. And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down by about a yard. On 4th down, Fields. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Mills being chased out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Jones on the return. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked up a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down in a nice little gain. From the 22, Mills. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
On 2nd and goal, Fields to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Mills. Going for the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Another carry for Herbert on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Meanwhile, Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. Here's Fields. And this one is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. Here's a give to Herbert. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 97 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On second down, a run with Herbert. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll go with the option, coming right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
From the 16, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Herbert once more. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. A handoff for Herbert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Here we go on 4th down. Fields. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A huge play there for Houston. 81 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll run for it with Pierce. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run with Pierce. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Right? Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Bears are right back in this football game. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Fields throwing again. Sliding out of the pocket. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. One play action. Fields. Under pressure, they got him again. Jalen Petrie in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him, because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Mills. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Fourth down, Mills. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Going for it with Pierce. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And this defense here will burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Here's Fields. He's got Claypool, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. All eyes on Fields. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times, nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Fields. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go on 4th down. A beautiful fake. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now Fields. Looking end zone for Jones. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.